Monday, April 1st, they started at a Menominee Valley bar, the Twisted Fisherman, before heading over to Duke's on Water, which is in downtown Milwaukee. That phone is then traced to right here, Anderson's home at 39th in Oklahoma, and we know Robinson was never seen again. This new exclusive video appears to capture the moment investigators took Maxwell Anderson into custody near his home at 39th in Oklahoma, following a whirlwind investigation that started April 2nd.
Milwaukee County 911 dispatch received a call from Cudahy Police Department regarding a severed leg at Warnemont Park. Subsequently, a Milwaukee police officer who was aware of our investigation raised the possibility that the leg may be related to a missing person investigation that they were conducting.
That missing person, Sade Robinson. A criminal complaint released Friday says investigators used her cell phone records to follow her movements the night before on April 1st for what was supposed to be a first date with Anderson. After dinner and drinks, Robinson's phone was tracked to Anderson's home for 3 hours. An hour later, her phone pinged at Kern Park. And then following a drive across the city, its last trace to Warnemont Park, the same spot investigators found that severed leg. April 2nd, the Milwaukee police found Robinson's car torched near 31st and Lisbon, her clothes and phone in the trunk. 12 News has since learned footage from a city bus near that time and place captured Anderson. In the following days, police and Robinson's family searched that Walnut Hill neighborhood and found a foot and human flesh.
MPD returned to the area when Miss Robinson's family located her blanket. At this time, detectives located additional human remains.
DNA results on the foot are pending, but DNA results confirm the severed leg is Robinson's. Do you know how she died?
Can't comment on that.
Investigators also not detailing where the homicide occurred, a possible motive, a weapon, or what they found when they searched his home, other than blood in a bedroom and blood on the walls leading to the basement. Law enforcement sources told 12 News investigators did find what was described as a sex dungeon. What did you find inside that home, specifically in the basement?
Cannot release that at this time.
Hannah, the sheriff confirmed they are reviewing other missing person cases to see if there's any connection to this one.
Right, Patrick, they're looking for any link to this case, but today the sheriff did say right now they do not have any evidence that leads them to any other victims.
Hannah Hilliard at 39th and Oklahoma in Milwaukee tonight.
Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, great millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto this life foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. No one is to be an edifying show to the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. As you can hear, as you can clearly see, this is the main reason why we say what the things that we say, and this is the results of it. We've gotten to the point where you don't need to say much. Just watch and look. And what I mean by that is quite simple. Warning's been thrown out there for a long time. Now we living in a time where there ain't no more warning. It's just pure action. Judgment is upon the nation of Israel. Alright, I'm going to repeat that again. Judgment is upon the nation of Israel. And especially you black women. Okay? The black women of today, which are the Judite women, are leading the force of this great rebellion. They're leading this force of this great rebellion. It's gotten to the point where it's not even about warning you or telling you to get right. You ain't gonna get it right. So the only things left is total judgment. And what you just saw is nothing new. Alright? What I mean by nothing new, this has been happening. Alright? As I was sitting here watching, letting this thing play out, I was thinking about that movie, The Killers of the Flower Moon, based upon the true story of the Osage and how they was getting robbed and their women was getting massacred because they was left with wealth And what they did was they went to go to the enemy. And the results of that was the women was getting killed, and all their riches was taken by their husbands, and it was passed down to their sons. So it was a great conspiracy. I wouldn't even call it a conspiracy. It was a great plot against them. And there's many others of Native American women, Hispanic women, black women, thinking that it's better to go to the other side and get massacred. And what the media would portray, they would have seemingly that the black man is abusive, verbally and physically abusive, how he kills his women and all this other stuff. But you barely hear of this true historical thing that happens. It's not the first time and it's not the last time. All right, these things are happening. But what was happening? What's the cause of this? Is that the black woman is at her most rebellious state. She think that Zaddy, that's what they called him, Cynthia G, is the best option. Her kind is not the best option. So, matter of fact, there's so many scriptures. Let me get the scripture first. Job 39. Job 39, and I'm going to the point. It says, Job 39 and 17, because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. Right? So when you read this, read up, because it was funny. We always break it down, which is 100% factual true. The Lord was comparing the woman to an ostrich. It was not talking about an ostrich. The ostrich does do stupid-ish, right? But the comparison of the ostrich doing something stupid as a comparison of the women of today doing something stupid. So a long time ago, when I first came in, this Connecticut clowns, they call them Three Blind Mice. And the leader of that group came by the camp when he was on 14th Street. And he was on some, this part right here, it says, Job 39 and okay, 13. Give thou goodly wings unto the peacocks. Or give thou goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings, feathers unto an ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth, and warmeth them in the dust. And forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or the beast may break them. She hardened against her young ones, as though as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. So it was talking about an ostrich at first, but it was comparing to the modern day woman. All right, and how the women of today is going to be, because that's exactly how they are. All right, they show no remorse towards their young ones. And we could go on and on about the broken home and how the black woman is the key agent of destroying her own home. Proverbs 14:1, it tells you that plainly. All right, a wise woman buildeth a home, but a foolish woman tears it down. So, which, you know what? It does go with everything what I'm about to say. Because a wise woman will build with her husband. All right. But these modern day foolish bimbos, they destroy whatever man that they come across. And this whole sexual revolution of today sexual hyper drive, whatever you want to call it, has gotten these women's mind, these warped, destroyed. All right, even when they have children, they show no mercy to their own kind, and they only do it because of the fact of financial gaining and destroying somebody's life. Because she don't the same women that talks all this nonsense about men is not ish, especially the black man, is the same woman that when she has a child will kill a child, all right, by abortion, all right, or let the child grow up and destroy the child mentally and allow that child to become a transformer and encourage that. This is exactly what's happening. Okay? So she hardened against her young ones, and that's exactly how our women are. And it says in NLT, she is harsh towards her young, as if they were not her own. She doesn't care if they die, and that's exactly the mindset of the women. We said what? What's this bitch name? Is it Sexy Red? I believe so. She told Sexy Red or Gorilla, one of them nasty thoughts, had said on live television. No, not live television. In the shade, it was that thought. What's it? Gorilla looked like a goddamn gorilla. Anyway, she said that she got a VIP on Planned Parenthood, so nobody catches her. Some shit like that, right? Real quick. It takes of a life of his own. So brother had posted it. And she said, just look at Google. So when you look up the Negro Project book, the Negro Project, Margaret Singer's diabolical, dubious, or duplicates, dangerous, disastrous, and deadly plan for Black America. Now, if you don't know who Margaret Singer is, look her up. Well, real quick, Margaret Singer is the head of Planned Parenthood. All right. So here's this book telling you the Negro Project. When she basically said, I forgot the brothers had put the quote. Let me get that. Let me see if I get a quote from this devil. They got her as all right. From her own words, the quote reads, "We do not want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population." Now, who are the Negroes? Before you was called Black or African American, they called you Negro. Negro actually goes back to the terminology black. Just a play on words. All right. So her whole thing was, well, there's another quote. Birth control must lead ultimately to a cleaner race. Now, who leads the force of executing their own kind? Never in the history there was a video, a woman has said it, and she said it perfectly. Never in the history before humans have became more, what's the word she said? Destroying of their own kind, right? Never before. So now, this quote, 1922, I believe she had was it W.E.D. Boys that she had working for her, something like that. One of these famous black mother effers that was helping push. When you look her up, her hospital was started in Harlem. The whole point of the Harlem Renaissance period and all this other stuff, it was really to get rid of you, quote unquote, Black Americans. So today, you voluntarily go down and kill your own. So that's why the scripture says what it says. I'm going to read that again. And it all goes together. The behavior of the black woman today is suicidal. All right, straight up and down. It says Job 39:16. She is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. Her labor is in vain. Here it is, you hold a child for X amount of months, 9 months, and within you're willing to execute that child because you want to go party and bullshit. More women are coming out. More things are coming out. Women are leaving their children to go clubbing, go on vacation, leaving their child starving. All right, they don't want to be parents. They don't want to be mothers, but yet they turn around. They want to keep their legs open. Now we come to the full circle. All right. It says, verse 17, because the Most High deprived her of wisdom. What woman knows? Women don't know how to pick anything. All right. She does not know right from wrong. Matter of fact, I should have gotten this instead of this one, because I know I'm going at wickedness. Ecclesiasticus, it should be 40 something. 42. Yep. Sirach 42:13. I knew I was going to bring this out. Well, let's start at 12. Behold, not everybody's beauty is set not in the midst of women. For from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness. So women are attracted to wickedness. This is why this woman find herself in a precarious position. Okay, she thought she was gonna get the the quote unquote black woman would pick the worst of the Edomites, and just because the Edomites, because that's what the so-called white men are, because the Edomites may give you that JC look. Let's see if I can find that bastard. That JC, I gotta say, the Jesus Christ look. And she thinks she find a savior. Okay? But what she ended up finding was death. Because women are not wise in their decision making. Okay? Just looking at this devil, you're like, why the fuck would you even think about getting with this bum, this loser? A lot of times, you people put yourself in the worst positions that any person can find himself in. All right? Hey, when a man messes up and he goes for a girl with a fat ass and big tits, everybody's like, oh, you should never did that. You should think with your big head, not your little head, right? But where's accountability for them? Now she had to feel the effect. All right? She's not gonna be accountable for the act. She's gonna have to feel the effect because she felt the effect because she's now in the spiritual realm, because she sat there and chose somebody that she had no business to be around. All right, either she's gonna pick one of these losers or she's gonna pick a Pookie Ray Ray, a dirty piece of shit nigga that's selling drugs to his own people. Either way, women cannot choose, period. All right? They're not good at making choices. It says, better is the trueness of a man than a curious woman. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach. Let me see something. Let me see.
Courteous.
All right, courteous, polite, respect, a considerate in manner. So, curious woman, right? Better is a trueness of a man than a curious woman. Let's look up the word trueness. You women can't choose nothing. Here it is. You have the opportunity to choose. I know what it means, but let me see what it says. That's how you spelled it, right? No, trueness. It says, let me see, get the pronunciation. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Fucking A. Whatever.
Churlishness.
Churlishness, right? Let's look up the definition. Churlishness. Meaning of churlishness in English, the quality of being rude, unfriendly, unpleasant. So let's go into that again. It says, because what? A man, like the elder brother Sabar was saying, by prejudice, right? A man is quick to dismiss and calculate when somebody's doing something. But a woman, her simple-minded state, just because somebody smiles a certain way or smells a certain way at that moment, she would lose her fucking wits. Because what? The Lord deprived her of wisdom. Okay? Wisdom does not come from women. The wisdom must come from her man. Alright? Better is the trueness of a man, which means what? The rudeness of a man. Alright? Then the curious woman, which is nice and being polite. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach. Because what? She's going to leave her guard down. Okay? She leaves her guard down. And once her guard is down, guess what? Anything and everything destroys her. Another precept that came in mind. Hold up. Now this thing is acting up. Okay. I believe it's Sirach 28. 8, I believe. No, 28. Sirach 28 and 13. Because this whole philosophy, the reason why she believed this man is a god because he's a position. The way he looks, she looking at it, the way he looks, he look like a bum. But she's thinking in her mind, oh, it's better than being with her own kind. Right? It says, and it's all, this whole spirit goes back to the Eve in the garden. All right? When you look up, let me just get it real quick. Because I'm going to lead it to it. Did I have something here? No, I didn't have nothing there. Genesis 3. Well, let's break it down. Genesis 3 and 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh made. And he said unto the woman, you know you have said, you know that the Most High Yahweh have said, you shall not eat every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High have said, you shall not eat of it, neither ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die. For the Most High doeth know that in the day that you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. So now when you break it down, I have to read it through because I know how I get. When you look up the word serpent, it's the Hebrew word nakash. But you go, it says serpent, it's talking about a regular snake, right? But you got to look at the origin word. When you look up the origin word, it says to practice divination, divine, to observe signs learned by experience, diligently observe, practice fortune teller take as an omen, to practice divination, to observe signs or omens. So this is Nakash is actually talking about a man, all right, a wizard, warlock, whatever you want to call him at that time. So when you go down Strong's definition, it says the root probably to hiss, that is a whisper, a magic spell. Generally to prognosticate, certainly divine enchantment by learning, learn by experience, X and diligently observe. So the key word is what? Whisper. So what did he do? He's pretty much, he told her what she wanted to hear. Okay? What she wanted to hear. So now, going through all that, Sirach 28 and 13, curse the whisperer and double tongue, for such have destroyed many that were at peace. So the serpent, the devil, all right, that spirit of Esau, beguiled Eve. Like it says in it's 1 Timothy's 2 and about 12. 14 to the point. About 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Why was the woman being deceived? Because the woman is the weaker vessel. And why is she the weaker vessel? Because the Lord created her to be guided by a man. That's why she's deprived of the very essence of wisdom. Okay? Her choice making is never good. Okay? She needs to be guided. Throughout all history, women are always supposed to be under a rulership of a man. And the first time in history, the way it is the way things are right now. And leaving these women unprotected. All right? We're going back to Sirach 28 and 14. Backbiting tongue have disquieted many and driven them from the nation to nation. Strong cities have it pulled down and overthrown houses of great men. A backbiting tongue have cast out virtuous women and deprived them of their labors. All right? So that deception destroyed her natural state, what she's supposed to be, a natural state, which when you read Genesis, the 3rd chapter, verse 16, which is the reinforcing of her duties to her husband. Okay? Her husband is to what? Her own kind. So it says, whoso hearken unto it shall never find rest and never dwell quietly. And that's exactly what happened to our people. Okay? That's why this bozo, this chick right here, thinking that this guy's going to save her, end up chopping her apart. Okay? Because she decides to make a stupid decision. Going back to Job 39 and 17. And this is why we tell women to keep their mouth shut, and you need to have a husband. That's the order of things the Lord created. We, as men, our head is Yahweh Shai. He's our wisdom. All right? He's our understanding, our everything. And it goes down. But a lot of people a lot of women today, modern day women, which they're not women, all right? They are in the mindset of do as thy will. Unruly children, okay, out of order. But the Lord is going to come back and bring back that order. All right? It says, back to Job 39 and 17. because Yahweh have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. I'm gonna read the NLT. For God, Yahweh has deprived her of wisdom, he has given her no understanding. She cannot pick a man to save her fucking life. Anybody, she had brung this man to, and then that's another thing. Matter of fact, see, I didn't want to be in this, but whatever. Sirach 25. Is it 25? Yeah, 25 and 2-ish. Here it is. It says, Sirach 25 and 22. A woman, if she, no, it's not that one. 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And she was a gadding abroad. She just met the dude, however long she was talking, the way things go today, she would meet the guy one day, give up the cooch, and end up being dead. All right? End up being dead. It says, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go. Well, that goes into if you're dealing with her in general, but give her no passage. And today's environment, women have a lot of passage. They have a lot of leeway. They can do whatever they want. Yet they still have the option to choose, and yet every choice that they make, or every person that they sleep with, is never good. Because the Lord deprived her of wisdom. And the Lord's bringing heavy judgment on you women, which we always say that. And you're going to see it more and more. Sirach 39, because that guy was technically, even though he's an Edomite, let's go into that real quick. He's an Edomite, right? And what else he is? He's also a messenger of death. Psalm 17 and 13. It says, "Arise ye, O Lord, depart and this. Arise, O Lord, and support him. Cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." So the Lord used that man, all right, and many other serial killers to bring heavy judgment on his own people. Ezekiel 9 and 4. It says, no, actually, let me go straight to the point. Ezekiel 95. And to the others he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. So great judgment is coming on you women. Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on souls strokes. And that was he chopped that bitch up. He did whatever he wanted to do with her. After that, she was dead. He chopped her up and then blew up the car. It says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force to appease the wrath of him that made him. All right? So that was a spirit of vengeance, man. The Lord is judging his people. All right? Last but not least, try to avoid it, but hey, it is what it is. Isaiah 39 and 20 and 32 and 9, sorry. Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. This is the warning. We're done warning you. All right? We already know. You ain't going to make it. We don't need you to bring in the nation. Okay? A man can lay down with any woman of any nation and bring back the nation. When you go to the history of how Israel was created, there wasn't that much Israelite women back then. It says, many days and years shall you be troubled. So you women are in a troubling time. You got a movement going, you say drizzle drizzle. Men are just got the what you call it? Men going their own way. The red pill, all this. There's gonna be a lot of lonely days and a lot of lonely nights when all hell breaks loose. Because a lot of you ain't gonna get. A lot of people don't want to deal with y'all. Because what? Your behavior, your childish behavior has destroyed the matrimony between you and your own. This is why the Lord is allowing these things to happen. So you careless women, for the vintage shall fail. Let's look up the word vintage. All right, let me go to whatchamacallit. And you do it in the NLT. It says, verse 10, in a short time, just a little more than a year, you careless ones will suddenly begin to care. For your fruit crops will fail, which is not talking about that. And the harvest will never take place. It's really talking about this whole getting together bullshit as they always want. All right. Let me see. Is there another version? I ain't like that one. Yeah, let's see what it says. It says, in a little more than a year, you will feel secure with trembling. The grape harvest will fail, and the harvest of your fruit will not come. That was kind of weak. Let's see if there's another version. I mean, pretty much they're not gonna say the right way, but all this gathering and you propping up and trying to be with Esau, those days are over. All right, and it says BBE in not much many year than a year, who are not looking for evil, okay, will be troubled, for the produce of the vine gardens will be cut off, and there will be no gathering in grapes. Well, you get the points. So this whole notion of you being with this man, those days are over. All right. Matter of fact, let me end it off on this. You sleeping with the enemy, you're gonna get what's coming. It says, so, 2nd Ezra 16:33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So great distress, great hell is coming to you women. All right. Your choice making never works. And there's going to be a lot more serial killers out there doing the Lord's bidding. Because this is a message from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Get right or get laid down. Which you're not going to get it right anyway. So a lot of you it's going to be judgments coming, man. Judgments coming to the house of Israel. So that being said, shalom to the elected nations. Shalom.